Back in 2017, I was working for a finance company and I developed this idea of creating a meta marketing solution for the financial industry. I was working with a developer and I was developing this conceptual work for 1.5 years, and we were very successful on developing this because we understood the potential that through a mobile application we could provide to the market, thinking of creating a smaller website solution for the market first and launching it to the market. We thought that now we are going to do this. We realized that mobile application which we were planning on developing is like quite a big project that cannot be done with a small investment. So what was my solution? Welcome to the second episode. So I'm supposed to talk about my project to you guys today. Back in 2017, I was working for a finance company and I developed this idea of creating a meta marketing solution for the financial industry. So I was just planning by myself, what can I improve within this industry and how sort of like make it very easier for any customer to obtain any financial facility. I was working with a developer and I was developing this conceptual work for 1.5 years, and we were very successful on developing this because we understood the potential that through a mobile application we could provide to the market. What we did actually, I started funding my own self, my project, and my developer was working over it. We're thinking of creating a smaller website solution for the market first and launching it to the market, because most people on Facebook, either other social media platform, they offer the same solution in different ways. I understood that creating one common thing within the market would only create competition and there won't be any advantage. So I understood that there is going to be competition within this. So I thought, how can I change things on this and make it best solution for anyone? As we started working on this project back in 2018, it took me around like 2 to 3 years to complete the entire structure. We thought that now we are going to do this, but actually I speak the truth about it. We realized that mobile application which we were planning on developing is like quite a big project that cannot be done with a small investment. So what was my solution? First idea I got is that to create this with my own funding. I was trying to get it done with my own funding, and sometimes I had to borrow money from my mother, and it didn't go too well. When we were done half, we realized that there is more associated cost with that, and only one developer cannot spend his entire time developing this. So what I had to do, I and my developer decided finally that we have to seek an investment to make this project possible. I spoke to one person whom I'm aware for years and made also a project plan, and I went to him and I was discussing about this idea to him. It was my first experience describing this project to an investor. So it was a tough time. First term I had this idea, this is going to work out very well, but it wasn't because the investor didn't understand my idea. But later on I was capable of convincing him. But he wasn't into technology, so that was a mistake I made, because I pre-assumed that he would be into technology and he would like this idea of developing this kind of a solution for the market. I was very depressed when he refused this. I thought, I'm not going to convince people into doing this. So I was so dull for a while. I spent around, let's call it 8 months or 9 months, just doing nothing. I was just focusing on my job and doing it. With the contact that I have, a special friend of mine, I discovered that I could reach into another investor through a proposal made by him. So what we did was making a proposal to him back then. I made a presentation on PowerPoint, so I had to make project plan, but I wasn't aware about the legal aspects when we are going to meet an investor, that we have to sign an NDA. So I wasn't aware about that. The first time I had time to talk with the second investor, he was suggesting me that I should have to prepare an NDA and sign with him. But he was very reliable. So I didn't feel like I would need to sign an NDA with him. And I told him about all the things that I wanted to do this project. It was the first time that I got enough time to do a presentation with understanding audience. It was my first achievement, I could say, because they were convinced on the project and they really liked the stuff that I was capable of promoting. The meeting I had with this investor, he was convincing me that he has a team of investors working with him in Sri Lanka, so they might also want to investigate about this. So I had to do another presentation for them. So they were speaking about my project as a team, and I was there, and they were questioning me about each and every aspect of this conceptual frame that I designed. And I thought everything is going to be very well and everything is going to be perfectly fine, since that I have done most of the homework. Their team decided to approve this project, requested me a certain percentage of shares that I was surprised to hear. Then I realized that in the corporate world, that an investor would only seek the opportunities where that he can make a good return on investment. It's business. My concern was not money, so I agreed on the shares that they asked. We were finalizing a meeting with the developer and one of the IT technician whom he would propose to see the probability that we could finish this within a 1 year in Sri Lanka. I remember the second investor team was appreciating my idea, and they were surprised to hear that how a person like me could present them a solution that was never before in the market. It was really an achievement. I could say it's a milestone that I have achieved. Later on, when we were planning on having this meeting time to time, the COVID pandemic hit then, and this escalation within Sri Lanka went off. Waiting for 2 months, 3 months, 4 months. So it moved to the next year, which actually is around like 2022 February, I could say, the final call that I had with my investor. He was telling me, listen, I know your project is a very good concept, and I know that this is going to be a dominating mobile app in the industry. But the thing is, the environment within Sri Lanka is not good for the upcoming period. They were assuming this protest and everything that could go bad because our country is in debt and economy is actually in dire condition. They were telling me that this could be done in Sri Lanka if economic condition come to a stabilized situation, if people are more likely to take financing. Unfortunately, with this current situation, the entire financial industry and the banking system have changed. So there is like less loans and leases are given to customers. So my solution isn't going to work in Sri Lanka. It was really a bad time that I was very well prepared, and I was working over this project since 2017. I had many hopes over it. Like my channel says, and what this channel is about, it's always about entrepreneurship and becoming a CEO for me. So I'm more convinced about this life goal. Being in a young age, my goal was to like reach to a designation like that within a very short period. And that was a miscalculation I made being in Sri Lanka. But I still believe that if we have the courage and if we have the effort to work on things harder and intelligently, with good connection of people, things work out. And there are more examples in this world that things are done in that way. What I believe right now is to moving to Dubai for an employment and having some experience in Dubai and making this project launch in Dubai. So I changed the project idea into a more of a global concept, and I think I could develop this and I can launch this to the global market in Dubai. I'm honestly not sure how things are going to go in future, whether it will go good or bad. I have an ambition to become a CEO and a daring desire, I would say. It's not like that by through your career development you planning to go on a go. This is entirely different, and this is something not seem very possible for an ordinary man, but I believe ordinary people can make changes and ordinary people can achieve things that people have never thought of. So my try is to launch this concept globally and become a well-respected and a well-known CEO globally. So let's see how things are going to unfold within the future. I'm going to share with you my entire journey and also going to share the knowledge that I gather and people who I meet and what sort of advices I get from them. And if you find my content really supportive to you as a person who is willing to start a business or a person who is having the ambition like me to become a CEO, please subscribe my channel and share this content with your friends who wish to see. Thank you very much.